Hi, Bill. This is Steve from next door. Hello? I hate to bug you on a Sunday, but there's a problem. Oh no, is everything okay? Not at all. It's about your holiday decorations. Oh, has my Santa deflated? No, he's still there. As are the reindeer, and the flashing lights, and that horrid goat man. Yeah, that's Krampus. He's Santa's brother. I see. That was my wife's idea. You know she's from Slovenia. She wanted something that represents her culture, so she had it special ordered. Do you want to hear the whole backstory? No, thank you. It's fun though, right? Oh, sure, very fun. I'm certain all your wife's devil-worshipping friends absolutely love it. Wow. Okay, well, first of all, my wife's Catholic. And secondly, Krampus is a folkloric figure. He's just a part of the whole Christmas thing, like elves or snowmen. He has horns and goat legs. You know who else has horns and goat legs? My mother-in-law? Please don't joke, this is a serious issue. Are you offended by it? Not me, personally, but you have to think of the children. There are kids who live in this neighborhood. Do you think that having a demon in front of your house is a good message for them? That thing is clearly a gateway toward devil worship. I don't think anyone really cares. I do. But you just said you didn't. I care on behalf of the children. Don't you see how this could snowball into something very, very dangerous? Be honest with me, Steve. Do you feel more likely to worship the devil whenever you see my Christmas decorations? Of course not. Oh, thank God. I was worried for a second. Okay, so it looks like the problem's solved then. You are being extremely disrespectful right now. I came to you with kindness in my heart and you're being flippant. I'm disrespectful? I have no complaints about your decorations. I respect your decisions. And I would expect the same from you. Not when you're shoving your wife's Satanism down my throat. So what do you want me to do, Steve? Take down that abomination before more people see it. Stick to the decorations that uphold the true biblical meaning of Christmas. That's all I ask. Sure, totally. I'll do that right away. But first, can you send me the parts of the Bible that talk about Santa Claus and his elves? I want to make sure my future decorations are up to the Bible's standards. Now you're making fun of the Bible? No, I'm just pointing out that literally all our neighborhood's decorations besides the nativity scenes have basically nothing to do with Christianity. It's all just secular holiday stuff. And just because Krampus isn't as popular in America doesn't mean that he's any different from the Santa waving from your front porch. If you don't take it down, I'm going to report you to the HOA. The HOA president lives across the street. If she hasn't said anything yet, I'm sure it's fine. Well, she might be too scared to lodge a complaint, but I'm not. Take it down. Because you think it'll turn children toward the devil? Yes, and it'll bring death and destruction unto our neighborhood. Okay, how about we do a compromise? My wife and I both really like our Krampus. We think he's fun, and my wife especially likes that she can show off a bit of her culture. So we won't take it down, but we can move it so it's not as prominently displayed. How about that? We'll move him so he's not visible to people walking down the street. Steve? Fine. That'll work. Great. I'll do that right now. You moved that thing to the side of your house. Yeah, like we agreed. He's not visible from the street anymore. But he's right outside our bedroom window. He's looking at us. He can see our marriage bed. Like you ever use it. What? You said that you personally didn't have a problem with my decoration. You just wanted to protect the children. Isn't that what you said? And since you don't have children, I figured this was the perfect spot. No one else could see him. Its horrible demonic face is looking into our bedroom. Oh, so you do have a problem with it? Yes! So you were lying earlier. No. I don't understand. You know exactly what you're doing. And what's that? You're persecuting my wife and me because we're Christian. Again, my wife's Catholic. She goes to Mass every week, and I often join her. This is a time of celebration, Steve, goodwill toward man and all that. And yeah, I was a bit petty, but I don't like being told what to do on my own property. If you want, I can move the Krampus back to its original place. You will do no such thing. I've already lodged a complaint with the HOA. You called Darcy? She said she would deal with it. Expect her call. Okay, bring it on. Hi, Darcy. Sorry, my wife and I are watching Rudolph. Can we just chat? Sure. I think you know what this is regarding. Is it about everyone's favorite neighbor? Yeah. Figured. Tell me exactly what he said.
He said you had an offensive decoration in your yard and it goes against Rule 49B of our HOA rulebook.
Am I supposed to know what that means?
It's the rule restricting any signs or insignia that advocate for violence against marginalized groups.
Which marginalized groups are we talking about?
Christians?
Oh yeah, they're a real minority in America, huh? It's not like there are literally a dozen Santas lining our street. Darcy, you know which decoration he's talking about, right?
Yeah, you're holiday goat man.
He's Krampus. It's part of my wife's culture. Basically, the good children get presents from Father Christmas and the bad ones get punished by Krampus. They don't do stockings full of coal in that part of the world, I guess.
I see.
So can I keep it?
I really don't want to have friction in this neighborhood.
Meaning?
That I'd really like you to take it down.
Do you agree with Steve, or do you just want to avoid his constant complaining?
You know I can't answer that.
You just did. Got it. Fine. If this is the official HOA ruling, can you tell me exactly what decorations I should have in my yard?
Nothing offensive.
No, you need to be more specific. I don't want to accidentally offend any more marginalized groups. Tell me exactly what the HOA deems appropriate and I'll comply.
I'll send you a copy of the HOA rules.
No, that won't work. Obviously, I saw nothing wrong with my Krampus, so I know I'll probably misinterpret things again. You're the president, so tell me exactly what the HOA would deem offensive.
Any display that goes against traditional Christian beliefs.
Like Santa, he's not very traditional.
Well, obviously Santa doesn't count.
So then be more specific with your rule.
Fine. You can have any commonly accepted holiday decorations, like Santa and the like.
But Krampus is a common decoration, just not in America.
Okay, commonly accepted American holiday decorations.
I see. So I can hold you to that, right? If I follow this rule, there won't be any problems?
None at all.
Got it. Thank you. How dare you? What? Your house looks disgusting. Didn't Darcy talk with you? She did. She told me the official rule, so I'm following it to the letter. You are definitely not following the rule. Your house has jack-o'-lanterns and skeletons. There's a dead body on your front lawn. Exactly. Darcy said I needed to use commonly accepted holiday decorations. And we can all agree that Halloween is a holiday. But it's not Halloween, it's Christmas. Well, that's not what the rule says. I'm sorry, Steve, but I didn't want to offend anyone by going against the HOA. Did you see my black cats? They're fun. You're a rabble-rouser, Bill. I'm just following the rules. Happy holiday.
That is not what I meant, and you know it.
Hi, Darcy. May I ask what this is regarding?
Your Halloween decorations? What were you thinking?
Well, I wanted to decorate the house with commonly accepted holiday decorations, so I decided to bring out the Halloween stuff again. That's my favorite holiday.
But Steve has been calling me non-stop. He's livid.
I assume he is. Come on, Darcy, you gotta admit this is funny.
All I want is a drama-free neighborhood.
And all I want is to prove a point. When my wife and I first moved to America, we thought that the neighborhoods here would be welcoming. We thought we'd have the freedom to live the way we want. Come on, it's funny.
Your neighbor doesn't think it is. Please, I understand where you're coming from, but you can't keep stirring up trouble.
He stirred first.
I know.
Fine. So are you going to adjust the decoration rule now?
Yes. Going forward, we will not accept Halloween decorations.
So which holidays are acceptable?
It's December, so only Christmas.
Is that the official HOA rule? That you're outlawing Hanukkah and Kwanzaa decorations?
No! Any winter holidays are accepted.
I see.
No, I didn't mean that. He'll just find some wild holiday to throw in his face, like Talk Like a Pirate Day or something.
That sounds like something I'd do.
And I don't want a giant pirate ship in your front yard.
Careful. You're giving me ideas. So tell me the new rule and I'll comply.
Okay.
Well,
I'm thinking about how to word it. Okay, you can put up seasonally appropriate decorations as long as they genuinely reflect the religion that your household has a history of practicing.
What?
Try to find a loophole in that.
Let me get this straight. Because my wife is a practicing Catholic, we can only have decorations that reflect her religion?
Yes.
Got it. Thanks for the clarification. What the hell? Please don't use that kind of language. Think about the children. You have transformed your front yard into the single most disgusting and violent scene I have ever laid eyes on.
Wow, I'm really offended. I had no idea you'd criticize the Bible like that.
What? First of all, you didn't remove any of your Halloween skeletons. You just stuck their bones into the grass.
Oh yeah, that's depicting the prophet Ezekiel. He had that vision about skeletons that rise up and form an army. Do you remember that?
And then you have your poor inflatable Santa being devoured by plastic snakes.
They're worms. He's supposed to be King Herod. Wow, you really don't know a lot about the Bible, do you?
But what about all that disgusting stuff on the porch?
Just more Old Testament stuff. I can send you a list of which verses they're from. Darcy told us that we could only do decorations that reflect our religion. So we thought we'd just get everything straight from the Bible. And yet you're still having problems.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I thought you'd appreciate it. In what part of the Bible do people get eaten by bears?
2 Kings, chapter 2, verses 23 through 24. Look it up. 42 children in total, but I only had 3 extra elves.
You're disgusting. You're intolerant. There is no way that Darcy will allow you to decorate your house like that.
I know. She'll probably change the rules on me again. But at this point, it's really not about religion. It's about principles. It's about freedom of speech.
Well, there are limits to freedom of speech, and you've crossed them many times.
Sorry. Take it down, please. But I was following your rule. I know. I understand what you did. I looked over the rule that I sent you, and I see my mistake. Look, let me be honest with you. I didn't want to ask you to take down your Krampus, but I was worried that Steve would cause a stink. And he has. Multiple times. But you've just been egging him on, and it's been snowballing out of control ever since.
Yeah, I get that.
So take down those decorations, and you have my permission to put your Krampus back up.
Really?
Yes, if that'll stop things from escalating even more, you can just go back to your original decorations.
Great, that's all I ask.
But please, no more antagonizing your neighbor, okay?
I promise, I'm done being petty.
Great.
You think you've won, but you haven't.
I didn't win anything.
Exactly. Just because you have that goat man abomination back up doesn't mean that he's going to stay there much longer.
Darcy said that my Krampus was allowed again.
Because you kept going against her wishes. You forced her to allow you to have the devil in front of your house.
Please stop texting me, Steve.
This isn't over.
Dude, calm down. My yard isn't hurting you in any way. Just don't look at it.
As long as that thing is up, you're inviting bad spirits into the whole neighborhood.
Goodbye, Steve.
Where are you? That's none of your business.
You stole him.
Why would you think that?
Because I woke up and my Krampus is missing. You took him somewhere.
How do you know it was me? Can't you see that my car is still in the driveway?
I know you took him.
Everyone in our neighborhood hates that thing.
No, just you. All the other neighbors have told me about how much they're enjoying our little rivalry.
I doubt that.
Bring him back. He's expensive.
No.
So you did take him.
I didn't say that, and I also didn't say that I plan to destroy it forever.
Please don't do that.
I'm not. Someone else must be about to set it on fire as we speak.
What? Seriously, man, I know you don't like me, but please, for your own good, don't light it on fire. Trust me.
It's what the Lord would want me to do. He burns away the wicked.
He would not want you to destroy someone else's property. Stop! Don't do it!
Why are you calling me? You're the reason I'm in the hospital.
I just wanted to know if you were okay. Are you? Darcy said the burns were pretty bad.
Why do you care?
Because you're my neighbor and it's Christmas. I don't like you, but I never wanted you to spend Christmas Day in the burn ward.
I'm fine.
Really?
No, I'm not fine. I have second-degree burns on my face and hands.
Oh,
and I blame you.
I tried to warn you. If you had just talked to me about the decoration and the history behind it, I would have explained the symbolism behind the Krampus. And I would have told you that part of my wife's culture involves taking the statue and destroying it at the beginning of the new year in an effort to burn away all the bad memories of the year before. That's what it's made for, which means it was already coated in highly flammable lacquer.
You should have told me.
You didn't give me a chance. And besides, I never expected you to stupidly bring it into your own garage and try to destroy it yourself. Look, I'm sorry this had to happen to you, but if you just talked to me about it instead of demanding that I change my stupid decorations, this never would have happened.
That's not much of an apology.
Yeah, I guess not.
I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. Thank you. I'm in a lot of pain, but our other neighbors have already delivered a bunch of flowers and meals and things. They're taking my injuries a lot more seriously than you are, apparently.
I don't think it's just about your injuries.
What do you mean?
Have you talked to your wife since you got to the hospital?
Of course, why?
Did she tell you everything that happened?
What do you mean?
Maybe you should talk to her again.
What do you mean?
It's really not my place to say.
Bill, tell me.
When I figured out what you were trying to do, I called the fire department. That's how they could take you to the hospital so quickly. But they didn't have enough time to save your house.
What?
The fire you started spread from the garage. Your house is gone now, Steve. All the decorations, too.
You bastard, my house! I knew that thing was trouble!
Don't blame an inanimate decoration for something you did. It's your own damn fault. Merry Christmas. I felt sad about what happened to Steve, but I didn't feel guilty. Sure, I riled him up and I might have gone a bit too far with my decorations, but he's the one who burned down his own house. He's still in the hospital now. He told my wife and me to stay away from him, but he keeps in contact with some of the other neighbors. They told me that he's improving and the skin grafts have been mostly successful. He still needs to do some physical therapy for one of his hands, but I guess he's getting better. I also heard that their insurance has refused to pay for his house because of the circumstances of the fire. I'm not sure how that works or if there's some kind of appeal process, but his wife is staying at her sister's right now. It doesn't look like they'll be moving back to the neighborhood anytime soon. As for my wife and I, we made sure that all the other neighbors knew all the facts about what happened. We're on good terms with all of them, and I didn't want Steve to keep trying to cause us trouble, even from his hospital bed. It seems like things are going back to normal. When the holiday season rolls around next year, though, I don't think we'll have any decorations.